I had this dream last night because of the the papal conclave that's about to begin. Uh, really vivid dream. I dreamt that somehow I was there in Rome, in Vatican City, um, and I got my name on the list to be in the conclave, even though I'm not a cardinal. I'm not even Catholic, but in the dream, somehow I got my name on the list as like a joke, because I could do it, and so I did it as a joke. And then I didn't go to the conclave because it was a joke. And then they found me on day 2 of the conclave, and they were like, "Hey, brother Elias or brother Eli, um, how come you didn't go to the conclave yesterday?" And I was like, "Oh, like, you really want me in there? Because I got my name on the list as a joke." And they were like, "Well, yeah, doesn't matter how your name got to be on the list, but you're on the list. And actually, you need to go right now because you're on the schedule today to give the prayer, to be the prayer leader or something." And that was, you're supposed to do that like 15 minutes ago, so you need to go right now. And here, this guy will help you get into the Sistine Chapel conclave. And so this guy comes and he leads me like through like a security checkpoint, like a metal detector, because you're not allowed to take your phone or anything into the conclave. And then I'm dressed in street clothes like a regular guy. And then there's this like selection of robes. What are they called? Cossacks. Uh, and I choose this like green robe with like a hood, and then I feel like, oh, what am I doing? Because I'm just this guy, and um, non-Christian, was baptized Christian, but I've never been baptized Catholic, and now I'm going into the conclave, and I get a vote on the Pope or something. Um, and So then I just like pull the hood up because I feel embarrassed now. And then the guy who's escorting me, he's like, "Yeah, follow me." And then for some reason there was a really big swimming pool. It's like a hot Rome day, uh, bright sun, and on the left hand side as we were walking, there's a really big swimming pool, and there was like people, you know, of all ages diving and swimming, having fun. The noise of kids screaming out, having fun, and uh, and then we go into a quiet building. It's like some kind of antechamber near the Sistine Chapel that my brain created for me in the dream. And I sit down, and it's like air conditioning. Okay, I feel better. Um, I'm still like, what am I doing here? And then they take me into the conclave. The guy leads me into the conclave, and then I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing here. And then I just explain, I got my name on the list, but this is who I am, just being honest. And they were like, "Okay, brother, um, we think that obviously the Holy Spirit wants you to be here because you got your name on the list, so it must be that you're meant to be here. This is your destiny. This is your calling." And then I'm like, "Okay." Um, so, and I guess extrapolating my dream out would be like maybe I could talk to them during that time and be like, this is what I believe about religion in general, and I think mm, God is God, or the gods are the gods, and we're all approaching, the same God or gods. Um, like we don't need to be so divided. Uh, we don't need to see each other as the other, as the unbeliever, and we can because I know that back in the day, Pope John Paul II uh, visited a mosque and kissed the Quran, and he visited the first pope to visit a mosque, the first pope to kiss the Quran, and the first pope to pray at the Western Wall in Jerusalem. So like a Jewish thing to do, and then to go in a mosque and kiss the Quran. So I don't think he went to a Hindu temple or anything, but then Pope Francis was kind of along that line. Pope Francis went to a mosque, kind of just stood there for a while. I don't think he prayed in the mosque, but I mean, maybe he did, but not in the Muslim way of praying. So they're kind of saying with their actions, like, God is God, and we recognize that the Muslims are praying to the same God that we are, even though we view kind of the nature of God in a different way. So then, like, maybe they could be like, okay, well, maybe you want to be baptized Catholic, and I'm like, okay, maybe I do, because the Holy Spirit called me here, and that sounds weird for me as a awake person to say. Not something I would say, but kind of just extrapolating from the dream, I might have been like, yeah, Catholic means universal. The Catholic Church means the universal church. So, okay, I can get on board with a church called Universal Church, and, if the Catholic Church really is the universal church, then it can encompass and accept all kinds of people, even me, and, maybe the church can change to be inclusive of literally everyone, and no matter how they approach their worship to God, or even if they say there's more than one God, and okay, yeah, and then so now I'm baptized Catholic, um, and then I'm eligible to be elected Pope. So then they make me Pope. So then you have a Pope with all these tattoos. I'm the first tattooed Pope in history. Not the youngest one, because I heard there's some crazy stories about people becoming Pope in the past. Like the ways that they became Pope and the type of people they were, and it's just depravity. Turning the sacred Catholic places into places of getting it on with sex workers, to put it politely. There's a word that starts with WH, and yeah, you can call those women. So I wouldn't be the youngest Pope, I don't think, technically. Some guy got in there like in age 21. Um, yeah, but I would certainly be the first pope with tattoos and be like a real. Francis was a radical reformer. You're about to experience a super radical reformer pope. My regnal name, Pope Francis II.